Hello again. How are you? Are you having a good day? I hope you are. But if you're not, let me know if there is anything I could do to help your day be better, other than giving you what I would consider to be one of the most important tutorials of the entire onboarding sequence. Today is my favorite day because we're talking about colors, and it's not just about being able to change colors, it's about the importance of color within visual design. Through color we not only communicate our brand, but we communicate feelings, we ascribe importance to specific areas, we create moods. There's so much you can do with colors, and I think that especially with Canvas, this is where you really get to make it your own. So before I get to talking about how you actually change the colors in a functional way, I just want to talk about the construction of the colors within the set, because that's really important for you to understand. The screen that we're looking at the moment, this is part of the how-to guide. Hello, here we are. So we're in the how-to guide, and basically this is the color construction. So I use a dark grey for the stroke colour. That's the outline of all of the illustrations. Now, I never use black. I hate black. Black is a colour that just sucks out all energy and communicates very little. Dark greys are your friends. If you ever want to go for black, pick a dark grey. And I've gone for a dark but soft dark grey, so you don't need to worry about the colour codes here. They're all in the app. But I thought that knowing about that we don't use black was a very good thing to communicate. Then we have the highlight. So that, of course, is the canvas secondary color other than the purple, but the highlight is there to give the characters shape. It's to show the direction of the light source. It gives them form and depth, and you can of course also use this to brand your illustrations a little bit more and give them more structure. So the highlight is a nice one to be able to tweak. Then we have two grays. Oh my God, two shadows. What are they and what do they do? Well, the reason we have two shadows is because I wanted to distinguish between the shadow that's on the inside of the bodies and the inside of the illustrations and the shadow that's on the outside. And the reason I wanted to communicate that was because, let me do an example. Let's say you have a dark background. Hey, it's the canvas purple. Let's say we took this, and I'm just going to duplicate this over the top so you can see. So as it currently is, you can really see that external shadow showing up. And it doesn't look bad, but it could look better. So let me show you how that could look. So let's go over into Nucleo and let's look for camping. And remove set. And that was the one we were looking at, right? Yes. So then I'm going to go to Control, right click. You're going to right click and you say Edit Icon. And we come to the edit icon and you can see there that we do have two different greys. Now I hope your eyes are as good as mine. No, sorry, just to brag, I do have quite good eyesight. There is a darker grey and a lighter grey, and if you can't see the difference, then you can refer to the colour codes that I've given in the how-to guides. But I know that this is the darker grey, so I'm going to click on it, and then I am personally going to go to my resources, which is to find the dark purple colour from my brand guide, and I'm going to paste it in there, and you can see automatically that the illustration, all of the lines on the outside are now changing to that dark purple color. Now if this was a color that we wanted to save, which actually is my brand color, so I probably do, I'm going to click the plus icon and I will be able to save it right here so that it's going to be readily available for next time. So now we have this in Nucleo. We're basically, you could save, but saving saves over the original copy of the illustration. So I personally prefer to say create a copy. And where did my camping go? Here it is. My camping is up here. So then I'm going to drag it out onto, why are you not working? There you are. Drag it onto Miro, and now we can see the difference. So we see what it looks like there. Let me just remove that and put this here. And you can see already that just that softness of the shadow, where it being that dark purple, just looks so much better. Siri, could you please leave me alone just now? I'd really like you to leave me alone right now because I'm doing a tutorial. Thank you. And there we have it. I apologize for the interruption, but if I can be honest, recording these tutorials actually takes a whole lot out of me. It's not my natural habitat. And if I could tell you how many times I've recorded all of these tutorials, you'd be aghast at the amount of time that's been spent on it. So Sarah, you can just go and we will continue as we were. I hope you can see now visually why we would want to change that outer shadow. And now you know that that outer shadow is the darker grey. The canvas color here is white. That's easy enough. Sometimes there's slightly different shades of white so that you have a bit more control over the design, but you shouldn't need to worry about that. Now, we're going to go into a demo. So you already know now, pretty much you've seen how we change colors, but I thought it would be good to just give you an example of how we could create this, okay? So basically we're using 3 different colors. We have the default canvas colors, then we have the canvas secondary color on the kind of thought and speech bubble, and then we also have the primary color on the wall. So let's get to it. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to go to Nucleo and I'm going to type in wall. And where is it? That's the one that I want. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to say edit icon. Thank you very much. First of all, I'm going to change the white tiles to be my mid purple color, which I have not saved yet. So you're going to watch me save. White color. Here we go. I'm going to, yep, there, but I'm also going to add it so that I've definitely got it in my library for later. And I'm going to come back over to my style guide. I'm going to grab the light primary color. And so that's fine. My light color is where the highlights are. So that's what I want. I want my highlights, and I'm going to put my light purple in, and I'm also going to add that light purple because I don't have it in my catalog. And for the grey, I'm going to take that and I'm going to change it to the dark purple that I already saved earlier. So there we go. And I'm going to create a copy. And there she is, and I'm going to take her and I'm going to drag her out into Miro. Lovely. And then I want to find my clouds. So I've got my clouds. And I remember I particularly wanted, they're those ones, the cloud borders. And I take them here, whoops, and I put them around about like that and that. I'm just doing a bit of resizing to get the proportions right. Maybe I'm going to make that one a little bit bigger and move them down a little bit. And then I forget that I wanted to have like a light grey box so that there's a bit of a shadow under the wall. And that's obviously on top of everything. So I'm going to send that to the back and then there. So we've got like 2 clouds that I'm going to duplicate. So I'm going to group them first, Command and G, just because it makes it tidier to touch objects that are already grouped. And then I'm going to Command and D. Where I say Command, that's for a Mac, but if you're on Windows, you probably want to Control and D, and then I'm just going to rotate it and it's going to sit up there, and I think that looks really nice. And then I'm going to go back to Nucleo and I'm going to find someone that's sitting. Where is he? Was he that one? I think it was that one. He was sitting. That's the one that I want. There we go. So he's going to go down here. I'm going to scale him up a little bit. And then we had someone pointing, so I'm going to type in point. This one, I like that one. There we go. I'm going to drop him down there. I'm going to have him overlapping a little bit. It's nice to have your visuals overlapping in areas. Do that. Then I'm going to find a speech bubble. Speech bubble. These ones are icon. I think that that's a nice, but I'm going to press escape so that I don't drop it because we need to change the color, right? So I want to change the color of this. I'm going to go to edit icon. I want this one to be my secondary colors. So if I go to the white color, I definitely want the mid to be that highlight color. Yes. Oh, why'd you do that? Whoops, see? Even the people who know how to do it make mistakes sometimes. I'm going to add that in there, and then I want to grab the actual highlight color and come back to Notion, pick the light color. Yes. And then I want to take the inner shadow and I want to make that the darker color of my yellow set like that, and then I'm going to create a copy, and I'm going to drag that over here and do like that, and maybe I'm going to scale it down a little bit. And then there was a thought bubble, wasn't there? So last one, thought bubble. Let's go for this one. And I want to just make it the same as the other colors. So this was the mid color. This is the light color. And I forgot to save my inner shadow color, which I should still have copied to my clipboard. Yes, I'm going to add it now. Lovely. Create a copy. And there. I put that there. Scale it up. One quick thing to mention, what you can do is to keep things tidy in Nucleo, you could basically add your colored ones. You could say, I want to move to set, and I want to make, no, I want to add it to a project. You could say, I want to add it to a new project, and call this My Colors, create project. And if I go to projects, My Colors, there it is. But if in the main view, let's go and find it again, thought bubble. If in the main view you don't want to see it coming up because you want everything to be consistent, you can actually delete that now. And because you already saved it to your projects, it's still there. So that's how you can keep things nice and tidy. Last thing to mention about this is I'd probably give it a frame like this, so a nice white frame behind it, but also you're probably going to want to put post-it notes on here. Sorry, I'm not sure why Miro is not letting me zoom in. But I'm going to put a post-it note on it, and you will see that the post-it note, it is a large size. We can make it small. Small works actually with this, but let's say you need it to be medium, and medium's just not giving you very much room. Then I would take all of that, but not the post-it note, and I'd scale it up a little bit. I don't know why it's still got the post-it note selected, but let's change it to medium again. And then, so everything else is scaled with it, but not the, you know, the sticky note can stay in its generic size. Tomorrow's lesson is also really important, which is you might have noticed, or you might not have, that some of these lines, because I've been sizing them up and sizing them down, they started to get a little bit inconsistent amongst the composition. So tomorrow we're going to look at how we sort the alignment of the line thickness. Anyway, I know it was a long one, but I think that this one is hopefully one of the most powerful of the tutorials that I've done so far. Thank you very much for your time. I super appreciate it, and let me know if there was any information that was missing. I'm always happy to revise these tutorials based on what you need. Thank you, and have a great day.